This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Wow, it feels like forever since I've been behind the mic.
Not only that, but it also feels like forever since we've had our favorite guest on.
I know, like it has been forever.
It has been forever. That's
like
what I'm saying. It
just seeing her face on the screen has made the night just so much better.
It's made his entire week.
There's normalcy is coming back.
Things are gonna happen.
Things are going back. I'm
And by the way,
I'm good now.
Yes. Well,
I'm good.
Just as
Breathe.
being fair to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. Work decided that I had to go out of town last night.
No, it wasn't even last night. Like they called
yesterday.
Late morning, early afternoon.
And I had to leave at that exact time, and I didn't get back until the show was already over.
You had to go literally from Virginia to almost South Carolina.
Yes, almost.
Very
close.
You drove that far, worked for 2 hours, and drove
then
back.
came back. Yeah, it was not fun. So I apologize because I would have rather have been behind.
Yeah, I would rather
obviously.
have been here too. But it was one of those.
And Dylan's not good by himself, and neither am I.
Well,
really,
and even
yeah.
well, and to be fair,
To be fair.
You walked right into that one.
I know I did. It's been a while since we've done that. To be fair, even though he let me know like early in the afternoon, to scramble to find somebody to come on with is really hard to do.
It's difficult.
On top of the fact that I do have like an article to write for.
Well, you're supposed to have,
Defender stuff.
Yeah, you were supposed to.
Yeah, and I've started and stopped and started and stopped and
Yeah,
started
yeah,
and
you're
stopped
pretty bad
and
about
got
that,
rid of it.
yeah.
No, I had one. I had it wrote
One.
out. I was proud, and then I didn't like it, and I deleted it.
Well, you were proud of it though.
That's why I deleted it.
Why would you delete it and not just make some edits?
Because I didn't like it.
Did you let anyone else see it?
Nope.
No.
Well, maybe that would have been a smart idea too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
very
see,
good.
Carrie's been gone for a month, and she's calling me stupid right out the gate.
No,
She's
no,
like,
no.
you dummy.
She's scolding you like her
I know.
child
No, I
because you
know.
deserve it.
No, I know, and I will because I'll go through it. A lot of my writing is very similar to my behind the mic style, which is seat of the pants, whatever happens.
Stream of conscious.
Yeah,
So you're like James Joyce of politics or
Sure.
current affairs.
Oh.
James Joyce, the Irish author who just wrote Stream of Conscious, and he just like very confusing.
Right.
sure. Yeah, that's really what it is. That's why I could never get into anything like stand-up comedy because a lot of it is routine based. And I could.
He really can't do the
But
same thing.
after a
all over
while,
again.
I would get bored. So I
Right.
could do like 2 shows of the same crap, and I'm like, nah, we're doing something else.
Yep, has to be something else now.
But then to try and pull something like that out of thin air on stage like that is hard to do. So I do this instead. But
So how has your month been?
yeah,
For reals?
For reals.
yeah, for reals.
We haven't seen you.
I know.
I mean, completely cut me
I
off, by the
know.
way. That's cool.
You're
I was
welcome.
finishing my
Yeah,
statement,
yeah,
but
no,
that's
you're
fine.
fine.
Now
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go. We don't want to know more about Carrie.
Yeah, no, we
'cause
just want to talk about
everybody
Carrie,
else
though.
wants to hear about Carrie because they
Right.
haven't
That's
heard.
So why are you still talking?
Looks like your hair's getting pretty long. I see the pony back there.
It is getting a little long. I
he's
just got
getting
tired
there.
of wearing a hat today, and the girls were playing with my hair today, so I just
Do they ever French braid it?
not yet. It's not that long.
No.
You could French braid that.
No, it's not. No, because
Yes. Because the French braid starts here.
okay.
That depends, I guess.
You're really getting ready to make me have to
Yep.
reveal my secrets. It actually only stops about here on top.
That's all
This
in the
is
back.
this is jail.
That's
Most
all.
of this is the back. Mm-hmm. This is all.
I get it.
Yeah. So
But-
you can't. I mean, I guess you could, but it's still like it's. If I put it, if I put my hair down, like it comes to like right here. And
Yeah,
so I'll
but
be a
that's
jerk.
that would be actually perfect for starting.
Oh, no.
Because because it starts here because it doesn't have to go. The starting point doesn't have to be as long as the ending point
Oh.
with a French braid.
No, I haven't had her do that. I haven't. Usually the youngest will come along and she'll run her fingers through it and kind of slosh around because she likes it falling down like the size of it, and then she'll walk away and then she'll come back for a minute and
She likes it looking like shimp.
Yeah, she does. She'll pull it like that for a while, and but then on occasion she'll put something in my hair, or she'll like she did now, and I just left it.
Okay.
I just left it. I'm like, yeah,
whatever. No,
Whatever.
It's nice that I could actually put it in there now because it's at that weird spot where it's too long to do anything, to not put up, but it's too short to really put up.
Yep.
So, like I said, most of this on top is actually hair gel holding it down, because otherwise it'd be all flowing and falling and looking stupid. And I'm tired of wearing a hat. I'm really tired of wearing a hat.
Hey, man.
So
You're the guy that always wears a
Okay.
hat, so.
yeah, but at the moment I'm tired of wearing a hat.
Oh, well, that's fine.
So anyway,
Anywho.
you keep dodging the question, Carrie. How are
Yeah.
you?
How have you been?
Oh, I'm sorry. Deflect.
It is tangents and deflections. That's what we're good for.
Yep.
No, I've been doing really well. Just busy prepping for Holy Week. That's next week. It starts with Palm Sunday this Sunday, and in our Christian tradition, we do Palm Sunday and then Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and Easter. So so we're just getting all geared up and ready for that, and kind of feel like I'm giving a council report right now.
There you go. There you go.
Well.
I got old people glasses. That's something that's new.
Yeah, I pointed that out when I came in, and all of us are wearing our glasses tonight. So
Yes, and also one of our listeners or viewers has said the exact same thing. Everybody got the memo.
yeah. Well, this
Yeah.
is old age is setting in.
Not for me. That's just normal.
Well, that's true.
My eyes have always been bad.
Mine haven't.
Yeah, mine haven't, and most of it is it's computers and reading, and up close is where I'm having the problem. I can still see far away, like really good. Up close.
Well, I'm the opposite. Like I can't.
I'm nearsighted.
I told the eye doctor, I said, okay, so my big problem right now is that I'll be reading or I'll be doing something on my phone and I look up and I can't see
Anything.
anything. I can't make out
because your eyes stop
numbers or letters
focusing.
No, mine's the opposite. Like these are reading glasses.
Okay, and these
Yeah.
are old people glasses. Like they are the progressive lens.
Oh,
like reading
yeah.
on the bottom.
Oh, the
seeing on the
bifocals.
top.
Oh no. Yeah, those
They are
the-
old people glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not that bad. All
No,
right.
I haven't gone to the eye doctor yet. I'm going to go at some point soon because I feel like I'm
Not a
having to-
sponsor. America's
No.
Best is actually pretty good.
Okay. No, because it's getting harder and harder to read like up close, especially at work. Things like that. Like I'm tromboning this sucker. I'm doing this because I run
He's
into.
doing the old man like me.
Yeah, I am. Like when
That is
the
so
girlfriend
funny.
has to hand me the phone or for whatever reason, like she'll take it and go like this, and then I'm like, okay,
All right, yeah,
that's nice.
that's good.
So I run into that problem where I can't see at a certain point up close, or I can, but it just gets real fuzzy and it makes my head hurt. But at the same time, if it stays in that same size font, the further away it goes, the harder it gets to read anyway. Just by
Yeah,
nature
you should
of
probably check out and
Yeah,
Yeah, he
optometrist or-
probably needs it.
maybe.
Maybe
Something.
just some actual glasses,
So
some real ones.
no, I'm good with the readers because I don't have the problem at a distance. I don't, and I can prove it. We may have to do a video or something where, like Steven's like,
What are we talking about here?
like a recording where I'm like standing here and Steven's gonna be like,
and
he's standing next to a sign.
how many fingers?
Yeah, how many fingers? What does this sign say? Dumb stuff like that.
Just to prove it.
Just
But
to
you
prove.
know what? It is amazing going on a walk now. I went on a walk the other day and everything's starting to bloom, but there are still enough just
Yeah.
leafless trees and branches, and I could see birds. There was actually a couple of birds that wanted some privacy, but
Yeah.
I can see birds and nests and like actual branches. It was very exciting.
It's like, oh, it's not just a blob up there. That's
No.
pretty cool. That's pretty nice.
Well, the bird's naming privacy, I bet she wishes was just a blob.
well,
That was
Did you apologize when you walked by? I'm sorry.
sorry.
I'm so
Excuse-
sorry.
sorry.
yeah. I
Sorry.
kind of
I
went.
just-
excuse me.
I apologize. I didn't mean to look.
I learned something else about birds just
God.
yesterday.
Oh, no.
We were.
Do tell.
Please.
See, I got my old people glasses. I love watching birds. I am like ready for retirement.
Oh, gosh.
I saw an oriole yesterday. It's a feeder.
So
Or it could
I
have
do
been a
have a
squirrel.
feeder out
I
my
don't
window
know.
here. And there was this cardinal that was eating, and he looked rough. And I looked at my daughter and I said, do cardinals molt? And so we both quickly looked it up. And sure enough, cardinals will molt all their head feathers at the same time. And it says, so that's why people wonder what is going on with these scraggly looking cardinals.
Yep, they do.
I did not know that.
I did, because that's our state bird.
Yep.
Yeah, so we kind of learned that special. So
Well, we try to teach that special, but it doesn't really.
it doesn't sink in.
No,
Kind of like gun laws and things like
doesn't
that.
sink in.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Peekaboo Snarky Jackal over on Twitter, though, if Dylan gets a French braid, will his hair surrender at the first sign of trouble?
Oh. Very well done.
That's good.
I like that.
I do too.
So,
That's
Big
witty.
Pharma Steve over on Twitter. Wow, you guys know this is a radio show, right? It's kind of hard to hear where y'all are pointing.
right over there. We're pointing right over there.
Yeah.
That's
How do you not see this? It's over
the
there.
theater of the mind, sir. Just go
That
with
was-
it.
I got to tell you something about pointing that is so funny. My friend, I was over at my friend's house a few weeks ago, and her son is testing out, kind of having a smart mouth. And so he was testing out his snark, and she said something, and he said, "Hey, I've got 5 fingers, but I'm putting 4 of them down."
Wow.
And I'd go, hey, I've got a full hand.
I've
that's
got all
about to
5
hit
of
you on
mine
the
out. Yeah.
on the backside.
I've got all 5 of mine out. Are you
about
ready?
to hit you on the back. All right, let's go.
It was I had to give it to him for cleverness in the moment. I mean, not okay.
Nope, not giving it to you. Sorry, I can't give it to the kid.
I'd have been like,
Good try.
I
Good
thought-
try. Hey, good try, kid. Next time, don't do it to your parents.
Well, yes, exactly. He got in trouble, but
Yeah.
you know, it's always funnier when it's not your own kid.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
It's incredibly embarrassing when it's yours.
Oh, no, no,
least it
no.
is for me.
I will make sure to embarrass them first.
No, but I'm saying just in
Always.
general, especially if somebody else hears it. If somebody
Oh,
else
no,
is
no,
standing
no,
there
no.
and they
That's
do
what
it
I'm
in
saying.
front of people.
That's what I'm saying. I will make sure to embarrass them right then and there. I will not be embarrassed by it.
This is one of those friends, like it'd be like if one of your kids did that in front
Oh,
of
yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
of you,
Yeah.
you know.
Between the two of us, yeah.
Well, the thing is like I don't have a problem yelling at his kids.
It's also true. And
Right,
I don't
exactly.
have I
That's
don't
what
have a
I'm
problem
saying,
with
like-
him yelling at my kids.
and they, you know, most of the kids are, you know, by the time he gets around to trying to yell at my kids, usually I'm already yelling at him, so there's no point in the double yell. So
Right.
It's a rebel yell at that point.
it's
Thank you.
wow.
Thank you.
All right, David Lee Roth. Good Lord. Anyway, are we going to do a show?
I don't know.
Are we going to talk about stuff and
I
things
thought we were
and things and
just
stuff,
jabbering
or-
on because it was a good day.
It is a good day. Well, I got to go work tomorrow. That's not a good day.
Oh, yeah.
But it is good to have Carrie on, but I thought we had real stuff.
I mean,
we have
Carrie,
those
do you
stuff?
have stuffs?
You know what? I sent stuffs
She did.
a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
Back when it was supposed to be normal.
Yeah, maybe.
Or everything just went.
Oh, I thought this was interesting, and I haven't read this in
A
a couple
while.
weeks, but I thought this was really interesting that that there's a new piece of the Dead Sea Scrolls that they've
Yeah.
discovered, or another fragment.
Additional portions, and it reads a very specific two portions of the Bible.
Yeah, and I'm kind of scrolling through this right now, no pun intended. I just thought that was kind of neat that they're still making discoveries and just finding out more. Archaeological. I would be horrible on an archaeological dig, but because I'd be like, it's hot. I'm bored. There's dirt in my shoes.
Can we go home?
Do we have pizza?
Who's buying the first one? Because I'm tired. I mean, I wouldn't mind it as long as you're, actually digging stuff up. It's that whole preliminary, hey, we think something's here.
You have to have a lot of patience, I think.
Yeah, I don't have that. If you tell me, hey, it's here, we can get this, then I'm down. I'm like, let's do this. I'm good. I'll do the little brush thing and be gentle around. I can handle that. It's that whole, guys, we believe based off of a arrowhead found here that this is the site of, a 300 or 30,000-year-old village.
And so we're going to go ahead and break this into 2x2 squares, and it's going to take a year to do one square, and we're going to have only 3 people on our team. And
yes, that would drive me insane. That would drive me insane. But like once you find this stuff, then it's like, ooh, look.
Yeah.
I can handle that. I can handle
finding
that.
it, getting the credit.
Yes, finding and getting credit, I'm good for. Everything else sucks.
Actually digging?
No.
Not doing it. No, I'm all right.
Yes.
What do you think of the Pope coming out?
Oh, did he come out finally? It's about time. I mean,
we knew this was going to happen eventually.
Into that one.
I mean, with all of his other issues, would you be surprised if
not at all
the Pope come out being gay?
No. Of course, now with the new thing about him coming out against homosexual marriage.
That is funny.
Right.
But that is very much a do as I say, not as I do.
Very true. Very
that
true.
would be something
But then
Popish.
again, that's most Catholic priests, so I can't.
That's true.
Say no more.
I just
say
think
no more.
that I was actually really surprised that there would be such a firm stand
Against him, yeah.
Against him or from him?
No, from him.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree.
From him.
Everything else he's been doing has been very progressive, has been very, well, it's okay, blah, blah, blah.
He's been the green pope.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been the woke pope. He's
Yeah.
been the green pope.
But still, you would think like
He's been the
we've
he
now
seems to be-
we've now found his line, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's the hippie love child pope. He's not the
Yeah, but even so,
like Druid
it seems
Pope.
like he's been willing to bend on what?
Sorry.
He's
the druid pope.
the druid pope.
He's the druid pope.
He's a druid, so he rolls a d20 and
right.
find out his 8. Sorry.
Yeah, well, he has wild shape, and that's what's going to Sorry.
Mix that with Speak with Animals, and it's a great day in the forest
Perfect
for everyone.
times, yes.
Sorry, that was a little D&D nerd action. Sorry.
I figured it was something with that or marketing or something.
Water into wine is a little bit easier that way.
Just
now.
a tad.
Just a hair.
Just a tad. It's even better if he crits. Anyway, I'm sorry. We'll stop now.
Yep.
No, but I was like, I'm with you. Like, there was a point where, I mean, you never know how far he was going to go. I mean, a lot of it was it was progressive from the angle of, well, the environment and
Sure.
they're against capitalism and blah, 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 blah. But, and it kind of started ebbing and you, at least now we kind of know at least where his line is. That's
Yeah, well, and with the kind of political policy sort of progressivism that he's been part of, he's also been a very theologically liberal pope.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
very open with the theologies.
So I was just surprised that he took a firm stand that was not theologically or politically liberal.
Yeah.
It was surprising to me.
But it is still the Pope.
I mean, I
So
would say that it was surprising, except for the fact that it's the Vatican. And there's too many people in the Vatican for him to do that. That are quote unquote closet against it.
yeah. I mean,
I say
know.
I don't know.
I say that completely openly understanding what I'm saying.
yeah, no, it's fine. I got it. I don't know. I just think it's the whole thing is weird. Like I said, at least we know where his line is, and I expected him to go. And I think I'm also a little bit shocked, and I don't know why, but I'm a little bit shocked of the resistance against it, against the whole, well, we're gonna marry gay people anyway, and it's like,
Okay, we already knew this was going to happen.
yeah, but I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I'm a little shocked by it. I don't know. It's good, but something about it somewhere to me it's just like, oh wow, there really is a lot of people who are like, screw you, we're gonna do this anyway. Again, I knew it was coming, but why
It's
am I?
interesting to me that would be the hard line that some in the Catholic faith would draw their line at too.
Right.
Like, we're still gonna bless these unions, and we're still going to, I don't know. It's the whole thing is kind of interesting to me. But
I don't know.
yeah.
Well, it's the whole thing the joke about Catholics, acting like the devil for 6 days a week and then going to church for the seventh, and it's a joke, and it's a stereotype, but there's some truth in there.
No, there is.
There's a little bit of truth in that. And of
I
course, but that
wouldn't-
little
I
bit of
wouldn't
truth
relegate
isn't
that
just
to
no,
Catholics
it's not
only.
just Catholics. No, I mean, I'm not perfect. I know that.
There's a reason why we do go to church once a week.
Yeah.
Because
Sweet.
the pastoral staff needs to have a break from everybody else. If you get lambasted all at one time, you're gonna go like, okay, guys,
Yeah, we need a week off. All right,
we need a break
There you go.
here. Let's.
That's
I need to
funny.
listen to
no,
all of
I
this.
just I mean having church is a gift for us, right? I mean it's
Yes, it
it's where we hear God's word. It's where if you are like myself, where you receive communion and those promises of forgiveness and so yeah, I mean we need that. We need the community. We need the fellowship. So
There's additional
need to-
recharge that's necessary, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You have to recharge the batteries, basically.
Well, yeah,
as it were.
It's not, and I would argue it's not just what you get from the sermon and from that, but it's that whole you get to there. There's a glimpse of it kind of puts the realism of the struggle into perspective. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us, after a while, if you stay out of church long enough, after a while, you kind of start feeling, it sounds stupid, but like an island to yourself. No one else is going through this. No one else has these problems. No one else is struggling with the stuff I'm struggling with. But if you make it a habit, if you actually go at least the once a week, I advise more, but if you go at least the once a week, there's those moments where you get with other people who are going through those same struggles, and you get to talk to it, and you get to work together and kind of go, oh, well, how did you get there? Oh, I'm not alone. I'm not the only person who struggles with, porn or with lying or with whatever
Whatever it is. At the
whatever
time.
it is.
That you
and
that you
for
have
me,
to-
like that's a really good thing to have as well. Not just the feeding you get from the sermon, but the fact that
the community
of it. You find
Yeah.
out you're not alone.
Are we going? Which one are you doing? Because
There's like 4 or 5 of them running in my brain.
you're
at
like
this
half
point.
in between about
I
3
know.
right now, and I'm just.
I was just waiting to see which one you would try to jump on.
Oh no,
and
no,
then
no!
I would run with that one.
Nope. I was.
I was
decidedly-
waving. It literally was here's a handful of cards. Pick your card,
and
and
I took none.
you didn't take anything.
No,
You're
I
like,
said,
I'm sorry.
I said poop on your cards.
that I don't play cards because Baptists don't play cards.
that is so funny.
We also don't listen to music with drums
No.
or electric guitar because the devil comes through the drums and the electric guitar.
The rock
And the
music,
electricities.
the rock musics.
Yeah, the devil comes through the
When you
electricities.
dance, you make sure there's enough room for the Holy Spirit to be between the both of you.
That's right. Dancing
allowed
for
to
2
dance?
is dancing for 3.
Oh well, we call it dancing. They call it dance. I say
it's
we.
really just rocking
It's
back and
swaying
forth.
back and forth.
Okay.
Like this number here.
Yeah, you don't actually there's no dancing. You don't wiggle anything excessively because by doing that is therefore enticing the other
calling
person.
yeah.
Yes,
Right.
in a sexual manner, and you don't do
I got
that.
you.
So,
That's calling
I got
out the
you.
devil of the other person.
exactly.
Yeah, you don't do that. That's
So you stand together and you just kind of hobble back.
and you don't even
forth.
stand together. You just stand in front of each other with your arms outstretched at the same height,
and you hold each
We
other's
are rocking
arms.
horses.
rocking horses back and forth. That's right. That's how we do
And you
this.
look. This when you look in your partner's eye and you go, "This is my jam." Wobble back and forth.
That's exactly what you do. How did you know?
Because I've been that guy. I've done that.
did you know?
Actually, I was the guy. I mean, I never got to go to a prom. I never got to do anything like that.
Homeschool.
Yeah, but if I was the guy that was at the, in my sinful days, I used to be the guy to stand up against the wall at the club or at the bar.
You're the wallflower?
I was. I watched people. I actually got to a point up until I quit going, which I hate to admit had nothing to do with Jesus at all. But I quit. Before I quit going, I just went to have a beer and watch other people be stupid.
See,
That was the whole point. I would go. I had nothing. I wasn't trying to pick anybody up. I wasn't trying to dance. It was just to sit back, relax, and laugh at the people coming in trying to be cool or whatever, watching the bar fights happen, or
because those are fun.
those are fun. You just sit back.
So bar fights actually do happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just on TV. It's real. They do happen.
How?
Most of them are kind of caught before they go too far, and obviously security will escort you out the door.
Sure.
Right. Crashing and breaking everything in the bar, really not happening.
Yeah, but there are certain points that you'll get a swing or two off before security swarms in and woof, like the FBI, and then it's over. So just say it. It's entertaining.
Okay,
it's the
all
same
right.
reason I go to the state fair. Mm-hmm. I don't ride anything. I go there to eat the food and to watch the people that come in the gate.
See, I used to get paid to people watch. I worked inside of a mall.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is good.
I used to get paid to people watch, and I worked in one of the kiosks that was completely enclosed, so I was safe and watching people.
Nice.
And got paid, and was able to do my homework because I was at high school at the time. So it was great. I got paid to do all of it.
Nice.
Anyway, coming back.
This is Defenders Live.
Concealed Peanut Gallery producer over on the Twitters. He says, Elvis was not a Baptist, but he was a Druid? Roll 20 sided die for alignment. No, sorry.
Hold on,
First off, no, that's a bard. And
Well, no. I'm gonna hold on.
and the D20 is definitely not for alignment.
That's the problem. Is
you choose your alignment.
I'm yeah.
What is alignment?
Oh, so there's alignment is how you are
As a
like
at
as
your
a person,
core.
like your core. Your,
Yeah,
your,
are you
your-
good?
Okay, so
are
we are going to
you
have to dedicate one of these Tuesdays to explaining
D&D
D&D.
Okay, no, okay.
D&D
so-
explained to a pastor. That would be fantastic.
Explaining D&D to pastors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Alignment is a 9-quadrant section. Okay,
Okay.
you have good.
We're back to the archaeological dig.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. We're
It's not
dividing
that
it.
bad, though.
We're dividing it. You have good, neutral, and evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
And there's
then you
variance
have
in
then you
between.
have lawful, neutral, and chaotic.
Okay.
So you can be lawful good, lawful neutral, or lawful evil.
Means you follow the law, but you're just a
No.
manipulative.
It's in the evil way. It's when you follow your own law, but you stick to a code.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I was
have
getting ready to
you have
say.
direct code.
You're the Pirates of the Caribbean, basically.
Oh no. That's
pirate code.
That's chaotic.
I know.
That's
a joke.
chaotic.
Okay.
So that if your lawful evil would be like you have your own code that you stick to, like you're that guy that's like, I'll kill anybody but women and children. You know that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's lawful
Have you guys
evil.
seen the movie The Professional?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. He will kill anybody.
That
but
was when
he'll kill anybody
Natalie
but
Portman
women
was
and children.
a good actress.
I haven't seen
You
it.
mean when she was a child?
Yes. When
Yeah.
she was a good actress.
She was a child at that time.
No,
That's
no idea
fine.
what we're talking about. No.
And then you have things like
she didn't mean to explain it all now tonight.
no.
just so we're
What?
clear.
Then you got the neutrals, right? And that's if you're a true neutral. That's a neutral. You literally don't care
Yeah.
about anything. It's
Yeah.
not like you don't care. It's just that
unless it directly affects you.
there
you
is nothing
don't
that
care.
phases you at that point.
Okay.
it's just like meh.
I think it would be funny that if we could take we might have to break this up into like
Segments.
every other thing and literally go down the list. We might need to do this every Tuesday. We'll take 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
A
30
segment,
minutes?
A segment.
A segment. Okay.
Okay.
Dang.
Between breaks.
Yeah.
And actually pick a thing with Carrie, and we'll do
A different thing.
basically help her to create a character from beginning to end, which it would include
We'll
roles.
roll with you.
Yeah, we'll roll and do that way you can understand everything. And but you have to do it in a segment because you can't try and cram it into a quick thing. It does take a bit of time.
Oh,
and
yeah,
if you've
like-
never played, it takes a bit of explaining to do.
Like creating a character can take anywhere from 10 minutes to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it
Depends on what you're doing.
It depends on what you're doing. It depends on what type of person you want it to be.
Can they fly?
In some cases,
sometimes,
yes.
yeah.
It depends on what you choose and how you choose it. Yeah. Like that's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. Like it could be almost anything.
You can be Superman.
Yeah. It's just a matter of putting it all together and doing it. And I learned when I first learned it, I was on the ship. I was in the Navy. I'm like,
You're
this
on a
is
boat.
I'm bored. But that's what honest to God, that's what a lot of Navy guys do, especially on cruise, is when, they're on break and you can't go to shore, you can't do anything, you're off work.
Right.
You would grab a can of dip, you grab a Mountain Dew, you grab, your spit bottle, and you go sit down with your bag of dice and your your sheet of paper, and you guys play D&D for 10 hours. And you sleep for an hour, eat, and then go back to your shift. That's what we did. and I went from looking at it from, oh, that's nerdy, to like I played it constantly
That's usually what happens.
And it's not that boring if you know what's going on. And
If you're enjoying yourself.
And if people
you
are running it are good too. by
If
the
you
way.
like to create stories with a bunch of other people at the exact same times,
Yeah. 'Cause that's what you're doing.
simultaneous story creation with full spontaneity of whoever's doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay, so it's not like you create your character and then it doesn't matter who you're playing with, you're always that character.
I mean,
with
you
that
can do
cast
that.
with you.
Yeah,
so
you
I
could-
could jump into like 12 different games.
as long as the person doesn't die. That's the only caveat. And I mean, obviously it's on an honor system, but that's the only caveat to the whole D&D thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is if you have a character
Yep.
and you've played, like say the three of us are playing in a game and your character dies.
Right.
When we start another game, you can't bring that character back. That character is dead.
It's dead.
You cannot do it. You have to bring, you can have
So
them
it's
very
not a
similar.
soap opera.
You can make
No.
not a soap opera.
No.
You could make that person's cousin. So it is a soap opera.
So like, you could even give it, actually, you could give it all the same attributes, the same style of everything, but like you have to have a different name. It has to have a different back style. There has to be something, there has to be some differences to it.
right.
It cannot be once that,
Well, you can't have the same stats.
no, I don't mean stats, but I mean like
Like you're saying, you can have
alignment
generally the
and-
same
yeah,
backstory.
yeah. Same kind of
generally
creature,
the same
all
type
that
of
jazz. Yeah,
character.
yeah.
But yeah,
you have to have different backstory, different little things will have to be different. But yeah, once it's dead, and again, it's all honor system because you can't really prove. Like I played a whole boatload, like I said, when I was on the ship. I could, if I had any of them, I could bring one of them now and be like, and nobody would know.
Right.
But
Right.
it's an honor system thing.
It's
you
honors.
just don't do it. It's
and you could also take it so like if your character keeps going through all these different quests and things, you could be like, well, I'm just gonna wait for like a certain leveled game,
yeah,
and then just bring this character back from
the dead.
not the dead, but bring this character back from obscurity that I haven't played in forever.
I got him to a level 10. We'll wait for
We'll wait for a game that's a level 10.
wait for them to get to 10. But that's what I'm saying.
Throw
like,
this guy in.
It's so the key of it is we'll go into more
So
details.
you have to join different level games.
No,
you
don't
don't
have
have
to. You don't
can
have
always
to.
start-
We're gonna have to start it. Like,
Oh, gosh.
We're gonna start at the
We're
beginning.
gonna have to do this, yeah.
-2.
So if this work, if God willing and the creek don't rise and we're back here again on Tuesday, because God knows here lately Tuesdays have been wonky. We all make it back here. We'll set it up starting Tuesday next week. We'll take 30 minutes.
and just kind of go
Maybe
over some basics.
Yeah, we'll throw it at the end and we'll start from the beginning. We'll give you the basics of
man.
everything and we'll even walk. Like I said, we'll walk
If
through
you want to.
if you want to, and we'll walk through all.
We'll
of
make
it.
you as a character.
Well, yeah, we'll let her do it, and we'll roll the dice for it. We'll set everything up. We'll explain everything to you. Gonna give you the basics of all that jazz. and
Okay,
then go from there.
so anyone, and I'm not on Twitter still.
Still.
It's been so. Do you realize I missed COVID. I missed the election. I missed 2020. It was
So good.
I could
that sounds like you
breathe.
really had a great
I know. You
time.
don't sound upset or at all.
I
Like,
really don't.
No.
just saying.
You sound not
but-
upset.
But the character needs a name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So who Twitter World or
Oh, yeah.
Parlor World or
give
if that's
Carrie
still
a
around or
name.
whoever.
Well, but we have
Give
to.
me a name.
We have to create the character first.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
you
probably a
create the
better
character
idea.
before naming it.
You
yeah,
can.
Well, you can. I mean, you can name it before if you want to, but it's so okay. There are
Most
different.
people utilize whatever, like they'll make a character and then they'll come up with a name based upon what the character is.
Yeah, so like if it's a
So like
Ray.
I could be Flying Jane.
Well, but like okay, if
Yeah,
you're like if
technically.
you let's say
If you want your first name to be Flying,
yeah, if you like, but like if perfect example, if you're a dwarf, if your character is mostly dwarfish or something like that, dwarves really don't fly.
also their names aren't normal.
Yeah, their names aren't normal, so you would kind of try to find a name
Okay.
in that route or.
So it wouldn't be like George the Dwarf.
No, I mean you could.
Yeah,
Again,
you
you
could.
can make it whatever you want to, but most people who play
You could be a gnome named George.
wow,
What?
really?
I could have gone gnome named Norm. All right,
It's even worse.
I could have done it.
I hate gnomes. Anyway, we'll talk about all that when we get to it. But yeah, like a lot of people, like I mean, if you again, most
It's
people
nominal.
who play and take it seriously.
Oh, that's a bad dad joke.
Well, and I say seriously, most people. You've been listening to the.
Yeah, I
you're
have.
welcome.
Yeah.
Most people who play the game take it seriously enough that they do kind of wait until they have at least
Some basic ideas.
basic idea of who their character is before they name it.
Okay.
I mean, again, you can literally name it whatever
It's-
you want to. You could name it Teacup Lampshade, and that could be his name, and it have nothing to do with anything like that. But because it is your thing. However, most people wait until
And that's because the same idea, like if you're making a book, right? If you're writing a book, you don't generally start with the name of the character. The name of the character isn't normally the thing that you start with. You normally start with their attributes, what they do, how
setting
they're
the
doing it. You
scene
set
for
the scene
everything,
up
yeah.
for everything.
Gotcha.
And then you think of a name for that would be fitting for that character.
Okay.
yeah, because
Even though in real life none of us have the name that would be fitting for our character.
no, that's true. I was because I'm just thinking, what's his name? Jack Bauer from 24 would be really weird if his name was like Clarence
Hans?
Borshowski.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If they, but I'm just saying but no, I think that would be, and I don't know. Everybody else is probably like, oh dear Lord, another stupid thing. It's not part of the show. Blah, blah.
No. Actually, that is completely off top.
Are you serious?
No.
I haven't looked at Twitter
Adam
yet.
W. Johnson. It's time for D&DOA show. Dungeons and Dragons on DOA. Maybe Carrie can explain it to. Maybe Keith can explain it to Carrie.
No, but then
Carrie
what are we
also
going to
needs
do?
character name ideas.
Yeah, but then that takes away us being able to explain it to her.
That's
And-
true. Yeah, and that would
He
be.
wouldn't. No, he wouldn't
wouldn't
have
know.
the first
wouldn't do
idea.
it. What?
Oh, I don't know. You got your
promise
phone?
you.
Text him. I want to know. I'm sorry, and I know he's your husband, and I know if anybody would know him, it would be you.
Right,
But there's a
right.
part of me, like, and again, I've never personally met him. This is just what I've seen and heard of him, and blah blah blah. I feel there has been a moment he's at least once. I think he's at least may have played one time or started to.
He had to have.
out of boredom with somebody
Once.
else.
I'll ask
He
him.
may never have told you about it because he thinks that it's too dorky for
Yeah,
him.
that's
to be,
what I was gonna say.
It's like he being the dad that he is. I mean, I could see it. But
The only
he's the
skeleton-
rock and roller, but no.
Yeah, the only skeleton in Keith's closet
It's the
is
fact that he played D&D when he was
played
12.
D&D.
16 years old, he played D&D with the boys.
Yeah, he was at a sleepover and all the other kids were doing it.
I'm gonna ask him.
I mean, he might not have, but
Maybe
I'm just
not.
saying there's
I mean-
something about Keith that just it puts the air.
Are you
at
saying?
least,
Are you saying there's something about Keith that screams D&D player?
no, I was gonna say it's not like it's his core. It's not like he's an avid player and he plays all the time.
But he's definitely done it once.
I could see it. He's at least tried it once.
Right.
He's
We're talking
dabbled.
like we're talking
about a game.
We're talking about a game like he's talking like drugs.
drugs, yeah.
We know
done
he's
it
tried it once or
I
twice.
mean, yeah.
He sniffed it once. No, I don't know, and I could be wrong, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are people out there. I mean, we have multiple people. Like they're talking about the fact that they still have their figurines that people cast figurines and make them.
There's
and then
actually a
paint
company
them and design them
So
themselves.
you can design your character and send it to a company and say, I want my character to look like this.
exactly.
Yeah,
There is
and
a
then they'll
company that
send you-
specializes in that.
Like they'll send you the figurine. They can send it to you fully painted, or you can paint it yourself.
Like, and we're talking however you want it posed, whatever equipment you want it to have.
Right.
If you want it to have, pointy ears, braided hair, an earring at the top of the earring, or top of the ear and the bottom on the one side.
Right,
If you want to have a scar that runs precisely across the left eye, but juts across the nose. However, again, this is literally you have created something. Like this is full blown creation.
Donna,
do you guys have your figurines?
No, I don't have.
No.
mine. No. I'm not a DM. I don't carry those things around.
No,
I have dice, and I have a lot of dice.
you do have a lot of dice.
I do now. I bought them
You do.
because I had to. I got tired. of not
Sweatimus
having
Prime
them.
on Twitter is like, we should totally get a D&D Tuesday thing going.
That's right. See, I told you. Donna over there on the Facebook says a good DM. She is a good DM. Or a good DM is a must. Yes, a good DM is a must. You have to have a good DM. If you don't have a good DM, that's your
And
dungeon.
that's a dungeon master, right?
Right? Yeah. Look at you.
Look at you already learning.
Yeah.
I almost said dragon master, and then I thought,
Close
no, that's
enough.
not right.
Close enough at that point. It's fine.
He's the guy who sets up the scene for you, and he's like, okay, and here, this is what it looks like. Here's where you're at. This is, and
And if
that's
they
it.
don't threaten you with a couple of bad things, then you don't have a good one.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
it could be. I don't know.
And then the dice that you roll
Basic.
determines what happens.
Yes.
Yes. Like you could say, I'm going to try and do this.
Yeah. I'm gonna open this locked door with a pick. The door's locked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna pick the lock with my lock pick. Okay.
Roll your skill.
You roll for the skill, and obviously 20 is you absolutely perfectly
got it done
mastered
perfect.
it, and a 1 is a complete fail.
Which means you hurt yourself.
And
most
then
likely.
and depending, and everything has like a rating. So like if I say I couldn't pick it, but my character decides he's going to smash through it with my axe or whatever thing I have, then I would roll to see what my number is.
If you can hit.
Yeah, if my number goes above whatever the rating for the door is, determines then if it breaks the door or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It could be very interesting. Like I said, it's literally a story being told or being lived and done instantaneously. Like the dialogue,
everybody.
everything. The only thing that the guy running it, the DM, does is he kind of has a baseline of, hey, this is kind of where, like one that I got Steven listen to. Your kids have been stolen and you're kidnapped, and your goal is to try and get them back. That's like the broad picture. And then each time you get together, it would be, okay, now, you started off.
Here's where we're at.
Yeah.
Here's
so
where
is
you
there
need to
ever
go.
an ending to the game?
There can be.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
There are campaigns.
The campaign is actually what it is. It's like a chapter.
Yeah.
Because again, once the character dies, it's dead. So
Right.
technically, when you stop playing, that just means the character's on a break or
Unless
doing something else.
necromancer.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's not dead.
Then it's not dead. But
So-
yeah,
Okay, so has there ever been like a written
Oh yeah, no, there's
story
tons.
of the-
There's
like-
tons. There's tons of them. People have written stories that you can walk through.
Yeah, you could go to
with your characters.
They got them on
and run
Audible
through.
and stuff. They've got D&D storybooks.
Yeah, not just that, but I'm talking about like there's literal books of here's a storyline to run these guys
Oh
through.
yeah.
No. I mean, like, has anyone ever sat there and just like a stenographer or whatever and taken
Oh yeah.
notes and like
Yeah.
written down the story?
Well, a lot of them
exactly as
nowadays,
They're doing podcasts
They're doing
now.
podcasts of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like literally what he was talking about was a podcast called Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast.
Yeah. It's about these 4 dads who get teleported into the Forgotten Realm,
Realms.
as they call it. And they go from being normal people like we are here. They're on their way to a soccer game with their kids. And they get sucked through a portal. And now
Kids
they're in
get
like the
stolen.
medieval times and they have to find their kids.
Right.
And so that's how
And it's
that
pretty
works.
funny.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
funny.
It's pretty good.
But and that's how a lot of people do it now, And there's other ones. There's Critical Role. There's all kinds of ones, and they'll do that. The DM will sit there and paint it, and everybody does the dialogue is done instantly on the spot, right there. There's no scripting. There's no nothing. It's
Right. It's all there.
my character.
do people get in fights ever?
Oh yeah. Tons.
Yeah.
Okay.
In and out of character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because that's the other thing you have to be careful about with D&D is when you say something.
Is it in
it's-
character or is it out
you
of
have
character?
to make sure that you're speaking out of character and say, I'm out of character. Because if you don't, it will be canon and it'll be part of it. So if you're trying to whisper about another person, like say somebody that the DM is controlling, and if you don't say say, all right, I'm saying this out of character. This guy's a jerk. If you say that, you just say,
your character
wow,
will
this
just
guy's
say
a
that.
jerk. That means the guy could hear it and may, and the DM may just be a jerk and go, okay, fine. He attacks you because he heard you say that and you've assaulted him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It literally is. You have to be very careful of what you do and what's going on. And
Yes. Oh, so there's an entire series, the Dragon Lance series of books,
Okay.
and that's all from campaign stuff.
I can't believe we've already spent like
Yeah,
almost
yep.
20 minutes
Yep.
trying to get the base of this down. I mean,
And
if
the
this-
funny thing is, so Carrie's only going to be with us for the first half.
I know,
of the
and,
show.
and it's
And we've already spent a half of that half
doing like
D&D trap.
wow,
Yeah.
just such nerds.
Yes, we are. And it's okay. She's actually
it feels
interested,
a little
apparently.
like we're getting sucked down a nerd hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the glasses.
It really is.
I took mine off because I'm not reading anything, but it is. It's the glasses.
We're all wearing glasses.
we're all
It's just
wearing-
Nerdville now.
Yeah. Everybody wearing
We're
glasses.
all wearing glasses now,
There
so
you
we're
go.
sucked into the nerd hole.
That's how we're doing
There you
this.
go.
If any of us had a
It's the
pocket
trifecta.
protector,
It's the trifecta.
It is.
It really is.
as long as nobody has a pocket protector with pins in it, we're okay.
That's
Yeah, see. But no, it's like I said, it's one of those. If you get past the stigma, and a lot of people, it's and this is for everything. If you even remotely like my view is, if you even like the movies like Lord of the Rings or things like that, if you like those movies, then you have to get over that stigma that's been built in of, well, D&D is just for nerds and blah blah. If you like those kind of movies,
So is Harry Potter. So
yeah,
is,
if you like all that kind of stuff, that fantasy,
Middle Earth,
yeah, if you like all of that,
all the fantasy stuff that you've ever read.
yeah, forget the stigma of it being nerdy and corny and stupid, and give it a whirl and give it a try. It's actually pretty fun.
We need it.
You have to be open minded though. Like you have to be open minded to get past that because a lot of people don't. They're like, oh, no, I'm too cool to play D&D.
And then they come and play, and they're like,
And then you're like, oh, what have I been missing?
And then they're like, all right, so I need to buy dice and these books. And
Well, what makes it fun is you have total control.
that's the big well,
From beginning to
technically,
end. Well,
the DM has total control.
well, no, but I'm talking about as your person, as your character. If you want to literally in the middle of a fight after you've beaten somebody, if you want to turn around and moon him, you can tell the DM, I've just slain this guy. He's dead. All right, congratulations. And before we move on to my turn, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to pull my pants down and I'm going to moon him. And and they'll go, okay. I mean, it's that, and it's dumb to say, but it's that literal
You can do that.
control.
Yep.
You can do what you
Okay.
want. And once people kind of start getting into it, like,
never
this
be
is-
a bard. That's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
well-
never be a bard. Never be a bard. Never be a bard.
Okay. Be a bardic gnome.
Once again, never be a bard.
A bardic gnome.
Don't do it.
A gnome who's a bardic gnome rogue.
Thief.
They will never find you ever. But no, that's what I'm saying. And that's why
Plus
people
7
really start getting into it. Like I said, after a while, it's, because once you kind of go, all right, well, and they'll start off, people who've never done it before, they'll do outlandish stuff like that. But once they start realizing, hey, the dice is rolled and it says I did it. Oh, I could. Oh, and it just kind of builds and it no longer becomes dumb. It's,
Right. It's
Okay.
It's entertaining for sure.
It gets more and more entertaining as you do it.
Yeah.
My wife is
Okay.
still kind of meh on it.
Yeah.
That's because it takes me away from the house half the
She's
time.
neutral.
She's true neutral on us. Yeah,
Nice.
very well done. Yeah.
Nice.
She's very true neutral on it.
true
so.
neutral.
So you still play actively.
Not right now.
No.
It's been a while.
Yeah. We tried getting into a game, but between day jobs and
This
and everything, like it's it's really hard to be able to stick with it.
But we might find a way to do some show about it. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. That's that. We'll see.
We'll see.
But no, it's fun. I mean, again, it's one of those things that it's a game that as long as you could, roll for it, like if you could have all you need actually out of all of it is a 20-sided die. I mean, there's more you could probably need to have to help with you, but ultimately, if you just have a 20-sided die and a piece of paper, you guys can, you and a couple people can sit around for hours and not even know you've burnt through it.
Yep, you would never know.
Because I didn't. First time I sat down, I was really skeptical and weird. I just watched.
4
I'm
hours
shocked
later.
my kids haven't stumbled into this yet.
It's actually making a big comeback.
Lately.
It is like right up their nerd alley.
It's really.
They probably know about it. They just probably haven't had a chance to play.
Yeah. What with COVID and all.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I would think that would be a good online game.
Yes and no. Yes and no. If you have a really good group of people, yes, because there are websites and things like that to do that with. But if not, it's really bad.
Yeah. There's actually a website right now that I know of, or we both know of it, that has it. You can actively, like, you sign in, you make your character, you make all this stuff on it, and you can actively go into any campaign. Like, people will set up stuff and just say, hey, enter our campaign, and you can pop in and play. Now, I don't know how long it runs, but you're there until the campaign's over, or you're dead. But,
Right.
They actually have that stuff online now. And they'll just sit and they'll explain to you. It's all in the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It's the world of the imagination.
And maybe they do. Maybe your kids do play.
No, they don't.
Maybe they do.
They don't.
It's like my kids are not
I know my
nerds.
kids. They don't do this.
No, they totally are. They totally are.
Totally nerd.
My oldest, I get so cracked up with her. She is like, she's making plans for Comic-Con, and she's a total StanCon. Like, she has several things that she's like super psyched about.
Yeah, see, that is kind of like right up that alley, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm shocked that my kids aren't into this. Like, she loves that stuff.
So, family friend gave us one of the like monster manuals, like the beginner's monster manual to the newest generation. My kids started digging through the book, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Can we play this?" I was
Yeah.
like, "That takes a lot of effort."
Yeah. Y'all are no.
Can you read yet?
Do you understand what you're doing? Here, roll this D20 and tell me what you say.
Oh, this is gonna be a long night.
How funny.
But it does get interesting. Like, there's, and you could do all kinds of,
Like, you can actually make a kids campaign.
like, you can make anything. It's all a matter of
Of course,
who's the creative person in the group.
Of course, you have to come up with weird things to not have to do initiating battle and having the kids kill people. That would not be good, probably. It probably wouldn't be if you're going to try to do a kids campaign. Don't want them
My kids like Hunger Games. I think they'll be okay.
Oh, okay, then you're fine.
Oh, then you're fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're good. Actually, you could make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oddly enough, there's a lot of movies I'm thinking of, like Star Wars. You can do
Sure.
Marvel.
All of it.
Yep.
You can do any of them.
Yep. Make them all.
Actually, I heard of one. I was flipping through, just kind of perusing things. Like I said, there's tons of podcasts out there. There's actually one of all veterans. Like, actual veterans have gotten together. Because, again, vets play all the time. And so what they did was there's this group, and
Not all vets.
No, they are all vets.
I know. Not all vets play.
No, not all
Right.
of them do. But like a lot of them do, and a lot more than will admit to it.
Yeah.
But they will turn around, and there was like the way the campaigns run is like one from each branch of the military, and and they got sucked through a portal, and they're
Wow.
I don't know the rest of the thing because the audio quality was really hard to follow, but yeah, you could make a campaign of anything. It doesn't even have to be, hey, so you're an elf and no, it doesn't have to be. You could make like a 1920s noir kind of thing if you wanted to. The whole setup and the scene. It's all it is just, whatever the base
Oh, and there's
Right.
there's a
the
whole
story
bunch of,
is, and you just roll dice and to decide what you do. if
and
it's successful.
there's already additional game setups for like horror setup genres,
Call of Cthulhu and all
Call
that.
of
Yeah.
Cthulhu and Monsters and Mayhem, and there's werewolves even. There's a whole thing just specifically
I've heard
on
of the
werewolves.
werewolf.
Yeah, there's a whole game just on being a werewolf.
Yeah. LARPing. That's what they call it now, LARPing.
No, not LARPing. This is like a
Actual
dice
D&D
game,
kind
yeah.
of. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, now that we've burned through that entire hour, Carrie's first time
See you
back.
guys next week.
Yeah, Carrie's first time back, and she's already gone because she has personal things to do, and we burned it all.
Talking complete nonsense.
Jokes
Because this is what happens when we don't
all good.
talk, Carrie.
I know.
to you.
You know what? I threatened to call you last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I now regret we should have done
You
it.
should have called her.
If we don't talk like normal, we're gonna make.
We're
a
just
call
gonna
to
do
you.
this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody likes this.
Well, some people do apparently.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com is where you go to get historically great coffee.
It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Mojo50.com. Carrie, thank you. Hopefully, we'll see you
well.
next week, and we'll try
her back.
again.
Okay.
Yeah, we just burned an
I
entire
cannot-
half hour.
I really
on D&D.
can't
You
believe-
didn't even think about that, did you? Like,
I can't believe we did that.
We did do that.
There's a part of me, because I know there are people listening.
Oh, no,
who
no,
went,
look.
Oh, dear Lord.
look, 3.1, 3.5 campaign. Ran a store. 12 people playing at a time. Nice.
Wow, that is a really big party, though.
That's 12 guys. Yeah, 12
That's
or folks, 12 people.
Yeah, but still, that's a lot. That's a huge campaign, though.
Wow,
That's hard to
Peekaboo
maintain.
played on the second edition. Nice.
Ooh. Trust me, the new one now, the
Is crazy.
Gen 5 is fantastic.
I'm
like it.
stuck on 3.5, honestly.
Really?
I really am.
That's just because you got that.
I got that, but I can do 5th gen from that.
Can you?
Yeah. I'm
haven't
just
looked.
stuck on 3.5 because there's so many things you can do there.
I think there's more. I like some of the rule changes they have for.
Yeah, all right. Fine. All right.
No, I mean, but it's just there's some stuff that's.
I don't like doing the Zoom calls, guys. We can do over Skype. That's fine. I don't do Zoom calls. I hate Zoom. I hate China watching me do anything.
I don't know. Like I have to admit, Chris, I had thought about something like that
Yeah, we had.
in the beginning for ulterior purposes. But it's one of those that it's if okay, similar to putting on a show
Like this.
you kind of have to make sure your audio quality is good.
Yep.
You have to have the connection. It almost has to be.
Everybody has to be almost perfect or in studio at the time.
Yeah, like you really got to watch the delays and stuff because it can really throw a game off.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those that it would be great if we could make it happen to where even though we're in different places, there's minimal delay. Sure.
Right.
But
On air, not so much, but in game, like actually just doing a game. Yeah.
well, I bet what could happen is,
See what could happen.
whoever's hosting the Zoom or the Skype call, doesn't have to be the one recording it. It could be somewhere else, and then that
It's
way
true.
you're not putting a strain on the primary system. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, it's something that I don't know. Like I said, it's fun. It just
He's very nice.
it's something that you find. Again, it's one of those if you just take a moment and open your mind, and not be
Nice.
not be kind of again, when you get past the stigmas of stuff and you just give it a whirl, it's not.
Stop restraining yourself.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Right.
It really isn't.
It's not that
But
bad.
it also isn't for everyone.
No,
Just
that's
so
also
we're
true.
clear.
Very true.
It's not for everyone.
Right.
And so,
Yeah.
I don't think I can get my girlfriend to play. She might.
I think she would.
She might if
think
once she
she
got into it, but we'd have to get her into it. Like,
You'd have to get her willing to do the character and actually creating
Yeah.
it and the whole deal. Like it would be better if the character creation also had like a digital format to where she could like make the character look how she wants, physically look it.
Yeah. No, like I said, there's ways around it. There's things we could do. It just would be.
I've never DM'd a game, guys. I wouldn't. I don't think I'd be very good at that.
I think you would actually.
Really?
Uh huh. I think you actually would be really good at it.
You think I'd?
Because all you have to do is come up again with the
Oh, I got that. But
point,
I
and then
I can get you point A to point B there.
yeah, if you just set that up, and then it's just a matter of filling in the blanks. And each time you
everybody
do
else
it,
do
you
it.
just
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
So you ready to do a show now?
Let's actually do a show.
Let's actually do a show now.
I mean, do you want to get to some of these tweets? I mean,
Oh,
a couple
they're
of
all.
tweets here,
You can go for it.
you can sweat up his prime over there. The At DOA show boys haven't played in a while, but I see an hour every Tuesday with the Jackhole campaign, if Dylan Lyle's schedule allows it.
No. Well, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it's something we had considered trying to do, like a podcast as well of something like that. Because
Potentially, yes.
Because it really is like it's a story.
Yes.
You know, if you haven't played it, it's D&D. You're telling a story in live or in real time.
Right.
And it can be very entertaining.
Yeah.
It just depends on
Depends on what you're doing.
what you're doing, what your setup is. If you're trying to Skype or Zoom call with a bunch of people, it can really kind of suck the fun out of the room unless you're like editing in advance.
Yes.
And even during that point, it's still like, it may be great to listen to, but when you're doing it, it makes it no fun.
Right.
So,
Right. So on to real news.
yeah. Now that Carrie's gone, we can do a real show because
That's not nice.
no, I meant it from the angle of, we've missed her so much. It's been over a month. Like,
Yeah, we really should have actually
we
called her.
should have
just
called her. I promise.
It's like calling your mom. You should have called her.
Ladies and gentlemen, I swear from this moment forward that if for whatever reason we miss having Carrie on for even one time,
We'll at least send
we
her a
will
text.
personally touch base with her, have a call, have a little bit of a chat.
So we can have an actual show with her next time.
So that way this doesn't happen. She did have to run. She had to go do some family stuff. But again, God willing and the creek don't rise next week, she'll be on for the full 2 hours.
Right. So North Korea fired off 2 short-range missiles over the weekend.
Oh, good. Good.
Just days after the sister of director Kim Jong-un warned Biden's administration to against causing a stink in its dealings with the communist regime.
So
There's something that this is something that I've missed.
is it?
It's
Do you mean you missed Kim Jong-un, like, just kind of shaking it around and being like, come on, you don't tell me what to do?
not only him, but like his sister. Like,
Oh, his sister's Satan incarnate.
right, but she is the person talking to Biden and the
That's
administration. Like, yeah, you don't want to mess with my brother. Shut the hell up.
Well, that's because I think there's something, and I've heard this before, and everybody keeps talking about it. I think there might actually be something wrong with him. He may not have long for this world.
Well, are you saying that he's pretty close to the Biden administration in this way?
Maybe. At this point, it's a race to see who's going to get there first. All they're doing is setting up, because she's going to, once he does go, even if it's another 20, 30 years, I believe she's going to be the one who takes over.
Oh, she probably already has taken over. And
Not if he's actually even
he's
remotely.
just a figurehead. At this point, he's a look. Every other family member that he's ever had, that has ever tried to even remotely think about doing anything when it comes to power, he has killed.
That's true. That's true. You know what it is I know why. I just figured out why.
Why?
He's doing this now.
Sister love?
No. You actually mentioned it. Him and Biden are in a race for the grave. They also have women as their number 2.
Oh.
It's going to be like
There's a lot of commonalities between these two. A lot of commonalities.
And that's why North Korea is pissed. They're like, y'all are copying us. Oh,
Stop copying me.
exactly.
Yeah. The Washington Post first reported that the missile tests, saying that they represent Kim's, quote, first direct challenge to President Joe Biden, whose aides have not yet outlined their approach to the regime's nuclear threat amid the ongoing review of the U.S. North Korean policy. I once again, I gotta say, I haven't actually missed any of this. It was great for the past three and a half years, where we didn't hear a single freaking peep.
Not a peep.
From this guy.
It was great.
So good.
They did their thing. We did our thing. They stayed over there and
they kept. They communed with China a whole bunch. You know, every now and again, some people from North Korea found their way out and told us all the horrors of everything. But we didn't hear anything from Kimmy Pie.
Yeah. We kind of let it be because, in the grand scheme of it all, aside from ultimately, full on war, there's not a lot we can do. So we just kind of, you do you, we'll stay over here and we'll do us. You don't bother us. We don't bother you.
But remember, we've got a bigger button.
Yeah. And more to attach to the button.
Right. Our button is bigger and it has more things.
Yeah. I didn't miss it either, but they do this every time there's a new president in.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, that's the thing. They're testing the bounds.
I know.
It's like a kid, any child out there, gotta test the bounds, man.
See, test the authority figure to see what they can get away with.
Yeah, where is the boundary? Where's our line? Where are you going to stop us? Once you tell us where we're and with Trump, it was we're stopping you right at the beginning.
Right here,
You're
right
done.
now, yeah.
You're done right now, and if you don't finish it right now, I will finish you, and you won't like it.
Yeah, nobody's going to like the outcome of this, so just kind of...
Yeah, let's just stop.
Stop being a brat. You play with your toys over there, leave everyone else alone.
Yeah, you keep it in-house. That's all you got to do. Keep it in-house. I won't say a word.
Yep. You do you, boo.
Uh-huh.
You do you.
That's right. And so in a statement, Miss Kim's statement reads, "We take this opportunity to warn the U.S.'s administration trying hard to give off powder smells in our land. If it wants to sleep in peace for the coming 4 years, it had better refrain from causing a stink at its first step." This is from Kim Jong-un's sister?
Yeah.
Kim Yo-jong?
I'm trying to get her name. Kim Yo-jong.
Yeah, Kim Yo-jong. So this is from Jong.
God, their language is confusing.
Well, it's Yo is the middle name, but Kim is the last. Right? So Kim is the last name.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's first name.
Or no. Yo-jong. So Yo-jong is the first middle. Kim.
Yeah, so it's first, middle, last. So Kim is the last name.
Kim is the last name, first middle.
Okay. I get...
Last, first, middle.
Gotcha. Okay. Still. I always wondered what her name was. So that way, whenever she takes power, we know who to call or what to call her.
Well, we could just say, Yo!
Yo, Kim! Yeah, that'll go over well.
Anyway,
I'm
sorry. I've never seen North Korea as ballsy as it is at this moment. And what I mean by that is you actually threatened the United States, and it's because you can, because our current president falls upstairs.
Think about it like this, okay? They think so little
of our current president,
of Joe Biden, that the actual elected, I use the term loosely, the actual leader of North Korea couldn't bother to say it directly. He had his number two, basically. He had his sister come out and say, yeah, don't mess with us.
Yeah,
we're going to do what we want.
We're going to do, and that's an insult in North Korea, by the way.
I was going to say, if that's, just think about it, period. He didn't bother to do it himself. He's like,
I'm going to have my little sister call you.
Yeah, my baby sister is going to come out, and she's going to tell you what's going on. I've got more important things to do over here.
Yeah, I'm going to fire some more missiles off.
Yeah.
So
you talk to her.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I've got stuff to do.
I'm having fun over here firing missiles.
Wow.
Playing with China.
Wow.
What?
That's just fantastic.
What?
Congratulations. And the worst part about it is we're not going to do
America's not going to do
anything.
anything about this.
Not going to say anything.
Nope.
Not going to confront anybody about anything.
Yep.
They sure as hell aren't going to go over there and talk to them like Trump did. They're going to sit there and they're going to take it and be like, oh, no, please don't blow anything up. Don't hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's going to end.
Exactly.
That's how it's going to end. And
Yep.
it sucks, but that's
what it is.
what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. But it goes on and
Yeah,
on.
it
and
does.
on. And it's fine for what it is. But okay,
Mhm.
it has been 3.5 years
Of peace.
since the last time that Trump had any real major communication with the Kims.
Yeah.
And the last time it was done, he was at the DMZ shaking hands with him,
Yep.
saying, okay, we agree you're not going to do anything right now, and you're not going to do anything in the future, or else.
Yeah.
And Kim had no other choice but to shake.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you notice, like, he wasn't over there very often. It wasn't a long, drawn-out process.
No, it was like 2 days.
It was...
like 2 days trip back and forth, you know?
It was a couple of things here and there, one or two little things, and then he showed up personally, and then it was done, handshake, and it was over.
Yep.
Silence, peace. Like I said,
so nice.
it was great. Like, he got in, got it done, got out.
Knocked it out.
And then, but this is going to drag out forever.
Yep.
It's going to keep going on. And then the worst part about it is this entire time, they're going to be like, well, it was Trump's fault. Trump set this up. Trump did this and Trump did that, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
The guy's gone. He has nothing to do with it. It is your responsibility now.
It's now, yeah.
And you can't tell me, as long as a lot of these people have been in office, that they haven't seen this coming. Every new president
Has this happened?
has this happen.
China, Russia, and North Korea
Yes.
press the next president every single time. You knew it was going to happen. You knew what was going to take place, and
Yeah.
you should have prepared for it.
Yep. And they don't.
Nope.
That's
Well,
the best part.
I guess technically Trump did.
Well, Trump did.
Because
But
he do.
the O'Bidens didn't.
No, because
And they're
they
not
thought
going
they-
to.
No, they don't care.
They're going to capitulate. They're going to give them whatever they want. They're going to kowtow
They're going to
everything.
bow.
It's just anyway. So, Dr. Anthony Fauci, which, can we stop calling him doctor? I know he's earned it and he's gone through school, but
He has a doctorate.
he has a doctorate, but
He hasn't practiced medicine in 30-some years.
he's not a doctor.
Mr. Anthony Fauci.
Anthony Fauci. I don't even have the respect for him because he flip-flops so much. Fauci, President Obama or Biden's chief COVID-19 advisor, who has taken both sides on many issues when it comes to how Americans should handle the coronavirus pandemic.
Yep.
From mask mandates to
To not
canceling,
mask mandate.
yeah, to canceling Christmas,
To not canceling Christmas.
to herd immunity requirements.
Because those herd immunity requirements are either you all have to get vaccinated or we all have to kill each other.
Yeah, or to the whole handling of the immigrants down on the border.
Because that's herd immunity.
Yeah, is about to be immortalized in a kid's book. In a kid's book.
By the way, Dylan hasn't read any of this yet.
No. So this is just as shocking to me as it is to all of you.
That's why if you're watching, he turned and looked at me very, very
I
upset.
did. I was like, you son of a bitch. Damn it. In a kid's book. Tell me this is not propaganda.
Oh, no, it's not propaganda.
The new book
yeah.
titled Dr. Fauci, How a Boy from Brooklyn Became America's Doctor.
He's not.
It's set to be released, or set to be published by Simon & Schuster on June 29th.
Ooh.
When, conveniently enough, it's just about the same time the U.S. expects the pandemic to begin fading away as herd immunity kicks in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
It'll give the target age kiddos who have pretty much no idea who Fauci is or why they should care an inspiring tale of a stick-with-itness that can help them learn what it takes to become the top doctor in America.
No, sorry, hold on. One, he is not the top doctor.
No.
He has not proven that he can utilize his doctorate.
Technically, isn't the Surgeon General the top doctor?
Yeah.
by actual classification.
Surgeon General is the top doctor.
He's the
Yes.
top doctor.
Yes, you cannot beat the Surgeon General.
Yes, just because you're an advisor as a doctor,
You're
a medical doctor, you're an advisor to the administration, the president's
Right.
administration, the president's administration doesn't make you the top doctor. Just means you're a very high paid bureaucrat.
They wouldn't allow Dr. Fauci to, I don't know, even look over Joe Biden, let alone be his doctor.
Well, because
They wouldn't allow him to give him a physical.
because he flip flops so much. Would you trust him?
No.
You have the cold. I mean, you have laryngitis. I mean, you have herpes.
I mean, you're fine.
you're fine.
What I meant to say is you're fine.
Food poisoning. I don't know.
Whatever.
The author, Kate Messer, told CNN that her work will surely be meaningful for today's youngsters.
No, it won't. It's actually just straight propaganda.
That's all this is.
Just straight propaganda.
I don't understand why it has to be a child's book and why it has to be about him, unless it is propaganda. Because he flip flops
Yep.
constantly.
Yep.
And it's not even just, he flopped from
No,
Trump
everything.
to Biden.
Everything.
Even when he was under Trump, he flip flopped. Like he couldn't. There was and then the whole lack of consistency with, of course, it's a lot of this is also the CDC, but the requirements for masks and don't masks and this that, and the other. And I've said this from the beginning. If this thing was legitimate, if the scare was true and it was a real issue and a real danger and a real thing, a threat, then the standards should be the same across the board.
Right.
But it wasn't.
Nope.
There were some states who, like in North Carolina here, North Carolina, kids can go anywhere. Tell me how much
how it
this
is.
makes.
Yeah, this is real.
How does this make sense to anybody? In the state of North Carolina, a child under the age of 11 does not have to wear a mask
Anywhere.
anywhere.
But,
But if they're in schools, they have to wear a mask.
right.
Doesn't matter the age.
Or on an airplane.
Or on an airplane. How does that make sense? Well, I was talking about in the state because
Yeah,
an
yeah.
airplane can take you out.
Right.
In the state, they can go into Walmart. They can go into any places they want to with no mask, no problems. They don't care.
Right.
But if they're in school, they have to wear a mask. So enlighten me on what the difference is. There's none.
There is none. Actually, there are
other states.
It technically is just
It's just to drive you nuts.
it's cowling.
Yeah. There's other states that had, I think it was 5, under the age of 5.
Yep.
And whatever. The point is the lack of consistency has been abundant.
Yeah, not only by Fauci, but also the CDC.
Yes. If this was a true, legitimate pandemic, something to truly be fearful of, across the board, the protocols and the procedures would be identical. Because why? The states would go, well, if this is real, we see the data, what do we do? And then the CDC or whoever else, who or whatever would come through along and be like, in order to fix this, you need blank.
Here's how you do it.
Just like the standards are for, setting an arm if it's broken or appendix surgery or whatever.
Right.
How do you go about doing this? Blah, blah. Those standards.
Remember that crazy
are
Ebola
there.
scare that we had
Yeah.
back in the day?
Yeah. Do you know those were all done across the board? They had stuff in New York. They had stuff in Dallas. It was all across the country in different little spots.
But remember,
They all did everything the exact same way.
they all were done the exact same way, and nobody shut down.
Yep. But,
And it got cleared up within a month.
well, and Ebola, again, to my knowledge, there is no cure. I'm still,
and it can kill you.
I'm still weird
Like,
about it.
It can kill you a lot faster.
Yeah, though it does kill you. Like I've been
Like it kills.
Yeah, you get it, you're dead. There's no cure, there's no nothing.
There's no immunity to it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You're dead if you get it.
Ebola.
Yeah, but you don't have that problem with
And we laughed it
COVID.
off. We
Yeah.
made jokes about Ebola.
Yeah. But we're going to freak out about this
Right.
only because of the whole election. That's all.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
Quote, there's so much in his story that will resonate with kids today.
Oh, right.
riding his Schwinn bicycle around Brooklyn to deliver prescriptions from his dad's pharmacy.
Okay, stop. Stop.
Okay.
Right there.
He-
Schwinn bicycle, do you say? Mm-hmm. A Schwinn. Mm-hmm. Schwinn.
Schwinn.
When was the last time a Schwinn bicycle was cool?
I don't think they ever were.
No, they were cool.
I don't know. Like, what, 40s, 50s?
40s, 50s, 60s.
I don't know how old Fauci is.
However old Fauci is, that was the last time they were cool. Not only that, I hate to break it to you, but kids can't do shit right now.
No.
There is no such thing as riding your bike around Brooklyn. Also,
Not without a helmet and not without
without a helmet, a gun, and also bulletproof vests.
Well, but you can't have a gun in New York, remember?
Oh, right. Well, at least a bulletproof vest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't do anything.
And delivering prescriptions from his dad's pharmacy. That's against
do that
that's
today.
against child labor laws.
Child labor, exactly. How dare
Not
you?
happening.
How
Can't do
dare
it.
you?
Yeah, playing stickball.
Playing stickball in the
Nobody
streets of a
freaking-
neighborhood.
Nobody plays stickball.
Where he learned to get along with all different kinds of people.
Now, that is probably true because all kids learn to be kind to the other kids that are around them or also be terribly cruel to the other kids that are around them. That's normal.
I hate to tell you this. Children,
Don't care.
to a point, do not learn how to treat other children from other children.
They just play with each other.
The actual instruction on how you teach a child, how a child treats another human being, in the end, comes from the parent or the guardian or the legal person that takes care of them.
Yeah.
That's where it stems from. Do they learn a little bit as far as from a social? They do, but not enough to make a huge difference. At least nothing good in the long run. Oh, and continuing on with the quote, and also asking questions about the world. That was a quote from the author.
Right.
Bless
Okay.
her.
So once again, how many people out there, like they went and delivered prescriptions from their dad's pharmacy on a Schwinn bike around Brooklyn? That's very that'll definitely resonate with kids.
Well, and I mean, to be fair,
To be fair.
To be fair,
I don't know his exact age, but I do know that he was born and comes from a time that is not like now. Okay.
right, which is why it wouldn't make any sense.
No, but I'm saying from the angle of him being able to do those things is so much easier because he grew up in a time where he could.
1940 is when he was born.
Okay, so yeah, so the 50s,
He's old as dirt.
yeah, so in the 50s he was driving. You could ride around on your bicycle, and in Brooklyn, no less.
and in
there
Brooklyn.
you didn't have to worry about anything.
Right.
But because of the way parents and people, period, have just stopped caring and treating kids and doing things right with kids and raising them to be good people, and instead of more worried about work or everything else, you can't actually let a lot of that slide anymore. Kids don't get to go riding in public anymore. They can't be out until the street lights come on. They can't do all that unless you live in a very rural area.
Right.
A lot of that stuff is gone. So yeah, like you said, it's not going to resonate with the kids today because they don't know any of this stuff. None of these kids have had a job where they help their dad.
Maybe they'll look at it as like, oh my God, they were so free back then.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Only if they got good parents to point that out. Like, look, see, those kids actually had the ability to go do whatever the hell they wanted to do.
And I'd love to be able to give that to you, but I can't because if I did, you're probably going to get shot
The world sucks now.
or stolen.
Yeah, the only people who could change it is you, and that's for your children and your children's children.
Right.
It has nothing to do with us. It's all too late.
It's all too late for us.
It's all too late. The blurb for the book adds that it was Fauci's dad and granddad who inspired him. And speaking of inspired, there's a whole Fauci life timeline, and his tips for future scientists in case the illustrated story wasn't enough.
Because everybody wants the Fauci tips.
I do.
Just the tips, though.
Yeah.
Just the tips.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. In Brooklyn, it's even illegal to wear a bulletproof vest unless you're a cop or a celebrity. I believe that.
I do too.
I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna get it for my kids for Christmas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna
That'd
get
be
it.
good.
I'm gonna get the book. I'm gonna read it to them at night when they lay in bed.
Well, that'd be fun.
Be like, look, you can be like this douchebag.
Yeah, right. This guy right here.
I forgot all about that.
Oh yeah.
Kermit the Frog.
Frog here.
Oh, we're so addressing that.
So that was the 60s. It was the 60s. The 50s and 60s is when he grew up.
Yeah, again, a different time entirely.
Think
Even
about
in
how
New
old
York.
he is. How old is Fauci? 40 to 20, 40 to the next 20.
That's 60 years and another 20, so he's in his 80s.
Yeah, he's 81.
Yeah.
He'll be 81 this year in December.
Good for him.
Dude's old. No wonder he can't tell you whether or not to take your mask off and put it on.
He's senile.
He has, like I said, he hasn't actually been a doctor for over 30 years.
Hey, who's wearing a mask?
That means he retired at like 50-something.
Are we trick-or-treating again?
Think about that. He retired at like 50.
Wow.
He retired from being a doctor at 50 and then got into like politics.
Which is apparently the gig to do. You can't do with your stuff anymore. You just
Yeah.
go into politics.
Yep.
Two wild and crazy guys.
That's right.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, Skippy wants us to Twitch the game.
I mean, it could be, again, it's something that could be done. but
D&D on Twitch.
we would have to,
It's D&D.
we would have to, honestly, in order to pull that off, we would have to not have a day job.
Yes. So if you'd like us to do that,
If y'all want to pre-support us in
you
advance,
you can support us in advance by going to doashow.com. That's doashow.com and become a defender with us.
yeah, that's about the only way we could be able to do something like that.
All of you, go do it now.
Because to do both shows would be hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is Defenders Live.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. Schwins were still cool when Kermit the Frog jumped off one just before the steamroller hit it. I wanted to say very good flex.
Well played.
That is
Well played.
that was fantastic because I
Well
had
played. He forgot about it.
I didn't forget about it, but that is one of those so obscure kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that was a good flex. I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Representative Ruben Gallego. Gallego? Gallego?
It is Arizona. It could be Gallego.
I don't know. Has called for the Department of Veteran Affairs to strip benefits from any service member or veteran who stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, according to a Monday report of Business Insider. Gallego, a veteran himself, stated that those service members' actions are not representative of the large population of American veterans, and they should be punished accordingly. In a letter, Gallego wrote, quote, "The behavior of these individuals is not representative of a large population of American veterans, the vast majority of whom served honorably and are appalled by the thought of insurrection in the country they serve. Yet, many of the veterans and service members who attacked their own government actively and enthusiastically enjoyed special benefits given to them by their fellow citizens."
Okay, I have a lot of problems with this.
All right, let's dissect it. Let's break it apart a little bit. Yeah.
There's so
Uh-huh,
many.
Yep. Okay.
The behavior of these individuals are not representative of
Of a large population of American veterans.
Okay, fair.
Well, no, not
no,
fair.
I can say fair.
no.
We don't know. There's nobody has done a poll of every single service member. Nobody knows exactly how all of this
Then
is.
that is an incorrect statement there.
Yeah, no.
Because that is his opinion.
Yes.
It is not a truth. It is his opinion.
It's
It is his opinion about his views about what a veteran is or is not. It has nothing to do with the truth.
the vast majority who have served honorably and are appalled by the insurrection of the country they served.
Well, those people that would served honorably to protect and serve the populace, if they saw something terrible, also have the right and responsibility as the person who protected and served to then turn around and say, this is wrong.
Yeah, the problem with this is those same service members he's talking about are citizens first and foremost.
Yeah, of the country.
They have a right to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They have a right to their voice.
Right.
And they have a right, obviously within legal reason,
Yep.
to exercise both.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's also point out two major things. One, they didn't storm the U.S. Capitol.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They were let in. They were let in.
Yeah.
And then you also add into the fact of how many over the course of the past 4 years, how many of the, quote, peaceful protests did we see? And nobody said shit about them.
No, they didn't.
And peaceful protest is very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Oh, see, yeah,
I wanted to pull
you
this
have the
up.
oath.
I'm trying to find the actual oath. This is
Different
hold on,
offices.
it's a commission officer. Hold
yeah.
on.
Mhm. Oath of the Army,
Enlisted, volunteers,
Continental Army.
No, that's not what I want.
Yeah,
Let me go back to this.
Continental Congress in there. Enlistment to the military service.
That's what I think
Okay.
this is. I was trying to do this tactfully while you were talking, and it's taking too long to get it there. I wanted to read the oath because sadly I can't remember it from heart.
Well, it's been.
I
a
remember
long time.
most of it.
It's been a long time
It's been a while
since I've gone and
said this oath out loud. Okay. It's been a while. Okay. Let's see. Due to the original wording, blah, blah, blah. The first oath of the Constitution approved. The Congress, Congress 29, 1789.
yeah.
Second part reads.
So it's the first part is up top. It says right there, right there. I swear.
No, but this was changed. The original wording was effectively replaced by Section 3, Article 1 of Articles of War, approved by Congress in September 1776.
Which is specified down below.
Oh.
I swear.
Honestly, that's not the one I did.
What? To serve them, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get the actual one.
That is what it is now.
No. That's not the oath I gave.
Okay, well.
Shut up.
There. It's
The
right
closest
there.
one, I guess, would be this is I, and you say your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the offices appointed.
Continuance.
Oh, I can't get.
Yeah. Well, you can click there, and it's there.
Appointed over me according to the regulations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Okay.
Okay.
And as a veteran, you what?
Yeah. Well,
Are
but
you saying that these people no longer do that?
no.
Because,
What I was going to say is that the point of the thing is the little key word right there is foreign and domestic.
Domestic.
Now I know that everybody else is going to sit there and say, "Well, that just means if terrorism starts here."
No, it doesn't
or
mean
that's
the
against the
terrorism.
Ku Klux Klan.
No,
or
it
that's
doesn't just mean the Ku Klux Klan. No.
It's not homegrown terrorism. It's not even just that. It's the domestic applies to their government as well. Now, I'm not saying that what they should do is do a military coup. That's bad.
No, that's not good.
That's no good, very bad
No,
things
no.
come from that.
Right. But we also understand that we had a militia at a time, and we have to understand that that's where our military came from in the first place.
And again, forcefully trying to remove people from 'cause the whole thing was a setup from the get-go, and we all know this.
Right.
I don't care what anybody's going to say. You'll never convince me otherwise.
Right.
These people were let in. They were. It was a setup. It was staged.
And the only people
And-
that were actually hurt were the people that actually were let in.
The useful idiots.
Right.
There were people who
The
were
people
duped
that
to
were
go
yeah,
along.
the people that went inside were the people that got hurt.
You can't sit here. These people have their voice. They have their opinion. To tell them that the rights and privileges that they have gotten through the V8, which might I add, are not really that great.
But I mean, they're still there.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. I'll
I mean,
give you that.
Free healthcare, basically.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
But it's free.
It's free, and so They've earned that through
That's the
serving.
least. That's the least.
Yeah.
The least that our government can do.
This
Bar none.
the problem I have with this is if he says it right there at the end, who yet the veterans and service members who attacked. Oh no, not even that. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where was the punishment section?
He
He said should be punished.
"Oh yeah.
Where does it say that? I just saw it and I lost it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, when he said it before, that they stated that service members' actions are not representative of a large population of Americans, and they should be punished accordingly. Newsflash, Gallagher, that's not your job.
Nope.
Okay? That is not your job, whether you are as a representative or whether you're talking about a politician in general or the government in general. That is not your job.
Nope.
You are not to punish people. Your job, pumpkin, is to turn around and help make laws or sign things into law that turn around and benefit your state or your citizens or both. I don't know which one he was. I didn't pay attention.
Right.
Was he a senator or whatever?
Yeah,
he's a representative.
So
Okay, so yeah.
from Arizona.
Yeah. So you need to be handling it for the people. What benefits the people?
This doesn't benefit anybody.
No.
In fact, it just shows that you want to use your given authority.
But that's the thing. He doesn't have that authority.
Well, what I'm saying is he wants to try to use his given authority to sway the populace
Or
into
to
a certain
write
way.
law.
Or to write laws that don't make any sense and don't help anybody. They just hinder or hurt. And to hurt somebody is not what you're here for.
Yeah, you do not have the authority to do anything like that, and you damn sure don't have the authority to take away benefits to a veteran who's earned them. The requirements and the qualifications of being able to maintain and have those benefits come from being discharged honorably.
Yep.
If they did that, they've earned it, and there isn't a flying thing you can do
That's right. And
to
if you-
take them away. And to
Right.
even threaten that, sir, especially as a veteran,
Yeah.
is embarrassing and appalling.
Right.
And what
Well,
needs to
he
be
is a
done,
Democrat, so.
that's fine. And what needs to be done is the people of Arizona need to vote your ass out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because you are not doing your job. You are not doing what is best for your constituents and for your people and the people of Arizona. What you're doing is trying to pretend that you are a lord of the land. You are trying to dictate and therefore punish those who don't go the way you want to.
because they represent something that you're also a part of and you don't like it.
I'm just getting
It's
so fed up
against
with
your
this.
ideology, so you don't like it at all.
It's not your job.
Nope.
And I'm so tired of people letting this kind of crap happen. I get it that people have voted him in, and there's nothing at the moment that I know of or that anybody else could probably
He's
see.
not
But-
actually pushed a bill.
Well, there's nothing that could be done at this point that could probably get him out through impeachment or anything else.
Yeah.
Got that, so you're stuck with him.
For the next 4
What are
years.
what are you going to do after this? Why do people not realize this? He is not a king. He's not a lord. He is not in authority.
Heck, he's
He
not
is-
even a legislator at this point if
he
you're talking
is-
about what he's doing.
Yeah, his job is to answer and speak on your behalf. You are the one, as the people who are in charge. You are the one with the power, not him.
Get it back.
And if you're going to turn around and allow people like him to take the earned benefits from veterans who've sacrificed their lives to defend the country, to be able to allow you to have the voice that you have, regardless of whether you agree with other people or not. You want to take that from them because they were useful idiots? So I will give it to you. That was the stupidest thing a lot of them could have done.
Yep.
We warned about it from the beginning. When stuff starts going, don't go.
Don't do it.
Be there.
Don't go to the
Stay
Capitol.
away.
Bad
It's
idea.
not a good idea.
Yep.
They don't listen.
They're gonna make a mock.
People
They're gonna make a fool of you.
they're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
People are gonna make stupid mistakes. People do dumb things. People and even under the guise of doing what's right and doing what's best for their country. But to try and take away the benefits when a lot of veterans are already suffering from and not getting the proper help that they need from the VA to begin with, and you're going to turn around and cut that off. I'm going to tell you now, as somebody who doesn't have those benefits, it's not easy.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Let's just put it that way.
I I had to catch myself because I almost went further than I wanted to.
Yeah.
As somebody who
Good job.
I
Good
don't
catch.
have those benefits, and that's a choice, and it's a thing, and I'm not justifying anything on there. My point is, the fact of the matter is that there are people out there that is all they have, and I guarantee you, I know for a fact, the VA doesn't actually take care of these people. How many times have we heard stories about people being found dead there, who kill themselves there, who all this stuff is going on, and all they're doing is just throwing medications at these people.
It's like, how many veterans die a day from suicide? What is it, 20?
No, well, the number's higher than that, but there's a 22.
22, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's 22.
Yeah.
Average.
Mm-hmm.
22.
On the low end.
On low, well, yeah. They
Well,
say
actually, the low end is the 70 that no one's reporting. But they say 22.
yeah, they say 22.
That's still too many. How about that story? And I don't know, it sticks with me bad, and I'm not even sure why. But that one vet that that was dead in the hall in a stairwell in the VA for over a week.
And nobody saw him.
Nobody knew it. Nobody saw it. Nobody found him. Nothing.
Nobody went through the hallway. Nobody
But
went
you
to
want
the
to take
stairwell.
benefits
Sure.
from these people because they
Right.
went and voiced their
opinion.
opinion and did.
And some of them got pulled into something stupid.
Yeah. Like if they've committed a crime,
An actual crime?
then you punish them for the crime and you do it through the legal system. You as a representative need to sit down and shut the hell up.
After that, yep.
Oh, it pisses
That's how
me
it
off
is.
so bad.
Speaking of things that'll probably piss you off,
Oh,
the
good. There's
CNN
more.
producer denied participation in a staged event after questions arose about the circumstances surrounding footage of the purported crossing the Rio Grande by migrants of the U.S.-Mexico border.
I'm so tired of CNN.
Quote, CNN did not participate in any type of coordinated effort to shoot a staged scene of migrants crossing the river, nor have we found any credible evidence that suggests our team was unknowingly part of a setup by Border Patrol or anyone else.
Right.
Right.
That's
the head of CNN's strategic communications department.
they just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. They just happened to come across
People coming across.
the Rio Grande.
I like that.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quote, the Rio Grande Valley has been ground zero for the latest surge of migrants. And here you see the operation unfolding right in front of us. That came from reporter Ed Lavandera.
Thanks, Ed.
This is the scene. After the first raft crosses, the magnitude of this moment reveals itself. Dozens of migrants emerge and walk down the river's edge. You can see that this is a serious operation.
Mm-hmm. Conveniently, the camera view was perfect. They caught everything exactly.
As he was narrating it.
But they just happened to be walking in front of. I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but people who are sneak across the border, the key word there is sneak.
Uh-huh.
They don't make it obvious. They're not going to do it in front of people.
Yeah. The American Prospect, a progressive news outlet, documented some objections.
Okay. A progressive news outlet.
Yep. Sad. They have some objections.
They've noticed some things that are
ponderous queries.
Yeah. They're just a few questions.
They said, in the CNN footage, the smuggler leading the boat wears fatigues and a black ski mask. Smugglers typically attempt to blend in with the migrants to avoid more severe punishment should they be caught. Smugglers also do not provide face masks and life vests, nor ferry 6 boatloads of people across in broad daylight. Migrants also do not typically line up single file along the shore to cross.
Kind of what I go back to with they don't want to get caught.
Right.
They don't need to be this is
They
not
don't act like a military
they
unit.
Sneak in.
It's at night
under the cover of darkness, and they dredge through and they hide and
they basically they're all over the place.
And it's also not at a spot where people commonly are. I'm talking about way out in the desert where no one is for many miles.
You're not going to go there by happenstance.
Yeah. you're not going to just show up there and be like, oh, look, we're here. This is just a great spot. We think they're going to come through. Because I promise you, people are watching that spot. They're not going to let you come through.
By the way, the spot that they chose happens to be the spot that's easiest to cross.
Isn't that a coinky-dink?
Like the easiest place to cross, and also easy for Americans to get to.
If anybody thinks that any of this was real and not staged
At all.
right, then I have some land I would love to sell you. Oddly enough, kind of in that area.
Really?
It's oceanfront property.
Oceanfront, you say?
Yes.
Oceanfront property.
Mm-hmm. Arizona, 40 acres. Also has a bridge.
To where?
Nowhere.
Is it also on a street with no name?
Mm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, there's also a horse with no name there, too.
Mm. Well, that's because he's been through the desert.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
I just, it's so funny to me how they do this. And then they pretend that it's, oh, no, I didn't do it. It was completely an accident. We were just right place, right time. Again, these things happen sometimes hundreds of miles from anybody, any surrounding anything.
They will not get close.
They are investigated. The people smuggling these people in watch these spots carefully. It's kind of along those same lines.
Let's just say that there are terrible coyotes if they're, one, wearing fatigues and a face mask in the hot sun.
Yeah.
And two,
well,
in broad daylight.
This is to me brings up the whole thing. Like, you know, the reality shows of like the people who are still currently moonshining.
You know, they're, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like how?
Right.
Because that's all real.
That's
now,
real.
I'm not saying that there's some old codger in the woods that's, you know, running a still. I'm not saying that.
Because that's definitely happening.
That obviously is happening. What I'm saying is there's something set up there that, you know, and they keep doing this stuff. Well, we've had to be secret and we haven't been able to reveal this person's name or blah, 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 because we don't want them getting arrested.
No. They're not doing that. They're just literally like, hey, this is Jim Bob down there.
Yeah, I guarantee you what it was is if the guy's really making shine, which I doubt, if it's all even remotely have any truth to it,
it's like
it's a setup from the beginning.
It's lizard lick towing.
Yeah, yes, and I could speak volumes to that one.
Because you happen to know.
I could speak volumes to that. Nothing was real. They didn't really snatch those cars like that. The people weren't actually being picked up. I'm not going to go into too much more because it's
You could get liability there.
No, it's been too long. They can't touch me now. But no, it's all staged because there is no. I'm telling you, I repoed. Speaking of, you want to play that game, right? Is that a reality TV?
Yeah.
I repoed cars for 8 years.
Yeah.
In 8 years, I got in one fight, and it wasn't even a real fight. It was a shoving match that ended rather quickly. I'm talking like 2 shoves, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I've only had to show my gun. I've never once pulled it. Showed it as in I flashed my flashlight at it so they could see I had one.
Hey,
that was it.
It's like, hey, by the way.
In 8 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. You cannot make a reality show with that kind of quietness. Now, does that mean that I didn't get involved with people? I did have conversations with people. I have had arguments.
Yeah, of course.
I've had to have cops called out, but it's never been any more dramatic than that.
Right. It's just
and most of the time, and I mean mostly, I'm talking in the 90 percentile.
Yeah.
It was done in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in, out. I got it down to being, if the car was it, and I was able to get in and get out in under, I think my quickest time was about 5 seconds.
He's a minute man.
And that's to get it gone and into public thing or around the corner so you couldn't touch it. And then you never knew. I was in and out. That's how everybody was that does this line of work. You can't make a reality show out of that.
And this is why he's been divorced 4 times.
Shut up.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Call me the Minuteman.
I couldn't help myself.
No, you're right. It's good. No, I'll give it to you.
Okay, thank you.
But that's my point is you can't turn around and you can't make a reality show of that. Just like you can't have a reality show out of old codgers running moonshine. There's no way it's real.
Yeah.
There's something is fake, something is staged somewhere. Just like you're not going to find any news outlet who conveniently has the best quality. If they can do this.
Perfect filming.
I was going to say, if CNN could be perfectly in the right place at the right time to catch this horrible situation with these poor
then
immigrants
we need to
and
hire
blah, blah, blah,
them.
blah. I was going to say, 1, why were they not trying to stop it?
Right.
2,
Where
And
was the
more
federal
important-
government?
Well, I was going to no, I'm forget all that. One, why were they not trying to stop it?
Okay.
2, why have they not found Bigfoot then? Because if they can obviously be in the right place at the right freaking time, how come they haven't sent somebody from CNN's ass out into the mountains and somewhere in Spokane, Washington, or what the hell ever, wherever he is? How come they haven't gotten footage of him?
Yeah.
Like
That isn't grainy and fuzzy
exactly.
and shaky. Immediately.
Of course, the sad part is if anybody would find it, it would be CNN.
Yeah,
That's
you're probably
the
right.
thing.
You're probably right on that one. Yeah, you're probably right. But that's because they staged it anyway.
Exactly.
Oh.
Because this is what you have to do in order to maintain a 24-hour news cycle.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Lord, give me strength because I'm about to lose my ever-loving mind.
So we talked about when Arkansas had the Unborn Child Protection Act.
Yeah,
When they signed it into law and all the rest.
Yeah, good on Arkansas.
Good on to Arkansas. You know, that whole deal. And obviously
That
there's
old chestnut.
there's the exemptions for the rape and incest. Blah,
Of
blah,
course,
blah,
there's
blah,
that way for
whatever.
everywhere, blah, blah.
Yeah. Speaking on CNN,
Okay.
State of the Union, the Republican governor of Arkansas
Mhm.
admitted that the law contradicts current Supreme Court precedent, but expressed hope that it will be the impetus that forces the Supreme Court to review abortion rights again.
The Supreme Court doesn't decide this stuff.
Actually, that's the thing. So that is called an opinion.
Yeah, that's why it's called a precedent, not a law.
Yeah. It's an opinion. And actually, the precedent before the latest thing was the complete opposite for, I don't know, since the founding.
Yeah.
The precedent.
Yeah, you know, the whole...
For the true precedent of the jurisprudence was the exact opposite.
you know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of
Yeah,
happiness.
you
can't have
start
that
with
if you don't.
life.
Yeah, you kind of have to be alive in order to pursue happiness and
Yeah,
liberty.
and the whole Roe v. Wade thing. We've gone over this a couple times, but the person that was founded around was a paid actor.
a lot of acting going on. In
Like that was
politics.
actually a paid actress.
Yeah.
And then 30 years later, she got paid by the other side to say that it was a bad thing, and then she recanted it
Yeah, it's
after she got paid.
it's almost like politics are playing us.
It's almost like it's fake.
It almost like if the whole thing is staged that they can get somebody
Like it's
to-
all just CNN.
yeah, the world is a stage.
The world is CNN.
Yeah. It's almost like that way it keeps people arguing amongst themselves over stuff that has
It has nothing to do with you
if
on
you-
their daily life.
yeah, from the is it a horrible thing? And we can go into this. I completely agree that
Sure.
abortion needs to be gone. Is a horrible thing to be
Yes.
murdering babies is like to me one of the
Murdering your
worst sins you could
murdering
possibly
your
do.
offspring is a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. However, I guarantee you, I know that myself and anybody else is not going to get one. Therefore,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't, in the loose current standard of it, it doesn't concern me.
Right.
Why am I going to worry about Roe v. Wade? Nobody in my circle of influence is going to get one, which is about as strong as you can get.
That's as close as you can get to, not worrying about it at the time.
Yeah. So how about I worry about something else? But no, they have to throw these kind of things out there. That's why, again, she started off and she was, was all for it. And now she's against it. And then she's for it again.
Right.
It's back and forth and back and forth. And it was all this time span. They needed to have something to get the people arguing about.
Yes.
That's all it is.
That's all there ever is.
Yeah.
Something to make you argue, something
Yes.
to divide you from other people, something to segregate you. It's like all the big violence against Asian people right now. Guess what? Did you know that in the West Coast, actually all across the United States, but mainly in the West Coast where a lot of this violence is happening against the Asian community?
Allegedly.
It's 85% black people against Asian people that are creating the violence.
Allegedly.
No, that's statistics. That's factual. That's true.
Allegedly.
And you know why?
Why?
It's because the black people are being told that the Asians are taking all of your shit.
Isn't that weird?
It's like, hey, those Asian people, they're getting high grade scores, and they're the reason why you can't get into college, and they're the reasons why you can't do this, and they're the reasons why you can't do that. Oh, and by the way, they have better lives than you do, and blah 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 blah. That's why the Asian community technically being a minority is the only minority group that is treated worse than white people.
Yeah. And sadly, and I say, and they handle it better than we do.
They do handle it much better.
Well, that's changing.
That is changing.
That is
because
changing
now-
quickly,
and
but
that's why you
they've been
have all the
handling it.
problems. But these divides, these arguments, these angry, violent things are all just points.
So then you could turn around and have somebody like that douchebag in Arizona could push something through there because
all
you're already
pressure points.
because you're already angry. You're already you're already in a fighting mood.
Yep.
So why not? Then you immediately branch off into your own sections, your own groups. You just immediately fall there without any thought. You
It's
say,
all
yes, I
fracturing.
agree, or no, I don't.
Yes.
Do what you need to do. And then before long, you have veterans without benefits.
Right. It's all fracturing to make sure that you guys stay in line.
Yep.
Because you're arguing amongst yourselves.
It's sad, but it's true.
That's right. This show is brought to you by American Bread Roasters. That's AmericanBreadRoasters.com. It is historically great coffee.
Guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth.
That's right. Don't forget to go to Mojo50.com. That's Mojo50.com. That is the place that has kept us on the radio for quite a long time. Also,
One might say gainfully employed.
yes, you can go to iHeartRadio and use the iHeartRadio app. Mojo50 Radio on there. You can also go to our website. That's DOAE Show. DOAE Show. Become a defender with us.
Maybe help us get that D&D Twitch thing going.
That'd be good. Yeah, maybe do that. Also buy some merch or all the rest of it. You can also follow us at DOA Show on all the social medias. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Bye, y'all.